welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend, come and join us in our live chats and in our play, in the replay area. Oh, I forgot our little thing. So here we go. My goodness. Here's our little, this is what we're doing today, y'all. This is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1, season 12, episode 22. Okay. I thought this was a good start.
It was solid. I was kind of surprised.
This was good. Yeah, I was bracing myself for this to be bullshit. It really was. But what I am bracing myself for next week is for them to bring Kathy in the last 3 minutes of the show.
Right.
And we just see her dressing room name tag for the whole episode. That's what I'm bracing myself for. But otherwise, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Garcelle kind of went off. Kyle was really going after Crystal. Crystal needs to get her story straight. And Sutton and Erica basically sat back and collected a check.
Right.
And what's her name? Lisa. I guess it's not their turn yet.
No, it's not their turn yet. No.
All right, so let's welcome everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kira. Hey, Susan. Hi, Yanni. Welcome, everybody. Jamal, let's just go segment by segment because I really don't want to miss anything. The intro was basically the preview that we saw.
Right.
The set is the Beverly Hills Hotel. And what's her name? Kyle got a breast reduction. Those were the highlights I picked up.
Same. That's pretty much all it was.
She looks a lot better, though. I always thought that her breast looked double stuffed. But now she looks better. She's a small girl. I mean, lady.
Yeah, she's petite.
Yeah, double D's, though? Oof. Okay, girl. All right. So the first segment they get into is regarding the charity events that they had this season. Homeless, Not Toothless, and Jamie Lee Curtis's charity. Something about hands.
Right.
They're really chic now, though. I thought it was funny. That was funny. That somebody quoted that was the funniest 8 minutes ever when they couldn't figure out the name of that charity. I agree. And it was nice that Jamie Lee Curtis came out for a little bit and gave them pumpkins. Okay.
Those are some good pumpkins too, though. The carving was good.
Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. It was a plug for Halloween. I'm so sick of product placement. So annoying. So we get past that. Hold on. My apologies, y'all. Sorry about that. No one ever said I was professional. Next, we go on to Garcelle and her son getting attacked on social media. And she described what happened to him. One of the most severe comments was knee to the neck if his daddy wasn't white. And he was sent her Playboy pictures, which I didn't know she had Playboy pictures. So I instantly had a Google schmoogle. Damn. Go ahead, Garcelle.
Right.
Did you see him?
No, I didn't see him. I was
Take
not
a look.
feeling well.
Take a look. Google schmoogle. They'll be worth it. They're tasteful. She only did topless, you know. So in this part, she admits that she thought one of the ladies was behind purchasing the box. Are you looking now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not feeling well right now. I'm a little under the weather. So y'all go ahead. Let me see what's going on.
She admits that she thought that one of the ladies in the group was behind the purchasing of the bots to attack her children or her child, Jax. But she also felt like by attacking her, by attacking her kids, it would cause her to leave the show. Then Andy goes on to give this big condemnation from Bravo. Whatever. Next segment is the Dorit break-in.
Which I didn't care about. Sorry.
Yeah. And Andy didn't
didn't
care
care.
about it neither because he started yawning again like last year. I think they did that on purpose just to give her a moment. Am I boring you again? Yeah,
He
you
should
bore
just say
all
yeah.
of us. Andy is a mess. Did you find him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she. I mean, they should have been sent to her son, granted, but if she don't put those up as her profile pictures on every social media and make everybody mad.
They were cute, and she did that at 40.
Right.
Looking better than most people at 20. Wow. Then Kyle slips in some little thing at the end where somebody contacted somebody in her family about the items that were stolen from her a while ago, asking her to pay to get them back. I didn't really care about that either. Whatever. Then we get to Crystal's segment. We get an update on her. I'm not sure if we can say this on YouTube. ED. Can we say that? I'm not sure. I'll just say ED.
Yeah.
Her problems with eating and her body dysmorphia. And I think, is this where they go into? Oh, okay. So they also bring up Kyle's behavior at Sutton's party where she was like physically attacking Sutton. And Kyle skates by. She just blames it on the alcohol and says that she shouldn't have done that. But I didn't really hear an apology. And I hope she apologizes to Sutton because that whole thing at Garcelle's birthday party between Kyle and Sutton, the physicality of it was really unnecessary. And if that's what alcohol brings out in you, girls, stop drinking.
Right. Another kind. If she had done it to another kind of woman, she got popped. Just saying.
She's lucky that it was Sutton.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you on that. They also address what's her name? Erica, her comments to Crystal regarding, just use a laxative. And then I guess you can't get no chicken tenders or something like that at the end of the night. I think both of those were purposely said. But again, no remorse, no apology. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Skating by. There's a lot of figure skating in this episode for me. Guys, I'll get to the comments shortly. We're just going to skate through this real quickly because that's all we got from these women was skating. Then they hit on Dorit and her sharing at, I think it was the wine party at Lisa's house, how Crystal purges. Is that what she was saying that she did? Well, she talked out Crystal's business about her ED. And I can't remember if it's purging or vomiting.
Throwing up.
It was throwing up.
Yes.
Okay. So Crystal said that she felt that was a violation of their personal off-camera conversations. But Dorit is like, girl, you said it in front of a whole table, but it wasn't filmed.
Ooh,
and she wasn't at the wine party. Was Crystal at the wine party?
Not that I recall.
Yeah, so why you picked to say it when she wasn't there? Like, it was just very odd to me when Dorit did that. But again, Dorit, I don't know. She gave a half-hearted apology. Okay, give her a cracker. They come back from the commercial break and they're still on Crystal with regards to the dark comments that Sutton supposedly said. And she kind of stumbles. It's a stumble and
Yes.
bumble everywhere. And Kyle is picking up on it. Crystal tries to fight back. She's like, "Are you confused? Are you confused? Let me clarify." But when
Right.
she did that, she
She
made it
made it
worse.
worse.
But she did have a valid point. When Sutton finally stepped in and said, you know, because I guess this stems back to the children in the pool comment.
Right.
And Sutton says, "Look, we discussed it. I understand where she was coming from. It was a learning moment. We have decided to move on." And so Lisa jumps in. She's like, "Wait, so how is it so easy with you two?" And Crystal said a valid point. What is the problem with us resolving our issues ourselves and moving on with it? Why won't you let us just move on? And I thought it was valid. We don't have to drag everything. And it was
No,
between the
no.
two of them. It wasn't even on
Right.
camera. Oh, well, it was, but it wasn't in the original airing. And I guess Crystal felt uncomfortable with terminology that she used. And I'm trying to guess, this is my assumption, that it was the classification of the Asian person as Chinese only, making Chinese incorporate everybody when that's not the case.
Right. I could see that.
That
And
was me pulling at a straw.
and Lisa Rinna's just mad that they resolved it so quickly because she needs something to talk about. She needs other people's issues to talk about in order to have a
Mhm.
storyline. So
Yeah.
how dare you resolve issues not in front of us till we could tear it apart? That's what that
But how
was.
dare you behave like adults? That's how
Right.
grown women behave, or grown adults behave in general. They have a rational discussion. They see each other's viewpoints and try to do better, moving on and apologize for the errors that they've made. End of story. Oh God. Yeah, like I said, Kyle, Crystal always go after the wrong thing. Crystal, I think this was the segment Crystal even brings up. Didn't you say violate when they broke into your house? And Kyle was quick to come back with that. Yes, because they broke into my house, not returned to check it. Oops.
Right.
Oops. But a viewer brought up a really good question because they have an ED experience as well. And they were like, could it be that Sutton stepped into the room when you were in the midst of doing something with regards to your ED? And I think she clarified a little bit and said, no, it had to do with her being in a state of undress because she has that body dysmorphia.
Right.
She didn't want Sutton to see her. And again, these are all things that we just need to be cognizant of, and we're not, because we don't know everybody's full story. And I think Crystal did admit that has she heard the statement from Sutton now after getting to know her, she would not have taken it in the same way.
Right.
Yeah. I noticed that I've been talking a lot. Any comments?
No, just no. Because for me, this was a good opening, but there wasn't much
Uh-huh,
there for me to like. I couldn't.
uh-huh.
There's nothing for me to grab hold to except with Garcelle and her getting Kyle together.
Okay. Well, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. For Crystal, we don't clarify her 14 friends issues. That gets even more convoluted. And the Michael Jackson thing, all Erica was saying, he was cleared of those charges. Okay, girl, you stick to your legal stuff.
Right.
Next up, we see Diane on the monitor. Apparently, she was sick, too sick to participate, but looked fabulous on screen.
She did though. She looked real good on the screen.
Wait, hold on. I think I have a picture of her because I was quite surprised by it, to be honest. This was one of the best looks that she had.
Yeah. No, she looked at. I'm like, she looks really good.
I think Andy even commented on that. He's so snarky. Oh my
You know, he did.
God.
He's like, for being, if this is being you sick,
Mm-hmm. They talk about her book. They talk about her being a alleged madam, her supposed relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, her contribution to the Lionaire Victims Fund. Then it gets to the Garcelle part. So I just skimmed through that first part. Go ahead.
I mean, like, here's the thing. It was, she put herself first. It wasn't like Garcelle's son. She didn't say Garcelle's son was attacked. I feel so bad. Yeah. She's like, well, my name was there. You can scratch out my name. And right away, that just tells me, like, why are you protesting so much? These people are just fans. To me, these people are just fans of yours coming after Garcelle and her son. Like, if you had nothing to do with it, why would you protest so much? Why would you need your name penciled out? It doesn't matter whose name was there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you need to? Why did you need to feel to defend yourself? No one implicated you or said anything about you yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. But I understood where she was coming from. I just disagree with the fact that she said what she said. She didn't put the right priorities in the right order. I can understand you reading it. It could look like you were implicated. I get that, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't go to someone and say, "Hey, can you scratch my name out because I could be implicated." You don't say that to a mother
Mm-hmm.
whose son has been attacked online. That makes no sense. No.
Right. And did you notice something in what Diana said? Um, it always boils down to money. And she's like, "Well, I can do an investigation and take care of your son," as if Garcelle isn't taking care of her son.
Right.
Um, I didn't like that comment from her. And then when that subject came up and Kyle turned to Garcelle and said, maybe this is what she means. That little booty hop on the couch directly going at Kyle. So you mean to say and I agreed with Garcelle.
Right.
Garcelle was first and foremost trying to shield her son. She ain't got no time to be taking care of none of the rest of y'all, because that's her child.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear everybody else is quiet after she made that statement. You want me to stop protecting my son and protect all of y'all. And Erica has to chime in. I don't need your protection. Okay.
But here's the funny thing, though. I like the scene because it was honest, it was raw, and
Mm-hmm.
Garcelle let her have it. And see, Kyle, like, don't try. This is what I don't like when people try to explain things for other people.
Mm-hmm.
When it's a heated discussion, like heated, especially about
Mm-hmm.
family and children, let those two people hash it out. Don't try to explain for somebody else. Because what you're and like someone said, like what you're trying to do is explain away Garcelle's feelings, which is not good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And make excuses for the other person who has no excuses.
Right.
My thing is, though, Kyle deserved that. Kyle, you've spent too many seasons straddling fences, creating havoc. And I get it. You don't have a storyline. I get it. This is your role. But you picking on the wrong one when it comes to her children. And her children were attacked on multiple levels this season.
Right.
And this was vicious. So don't make excuses for it, because when they were coming after your kid, which they did, the littlest one, what's her name? Portia?
Portia.
Right. You got a dose of that. You want to make excuses for people who did that to your kid if they were your castmates? Are you gonna accept excuses for that? I'm just saying, like, I thought she should have, as a mother, I thought she should have seen it from the mother's point of view as opposed to the adult.
Right.
Right? Like, children
She
first.
she what she did was she tried to explain it away and try to make Diana more
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want to say understanding. It's I don't know what to say, but she's trying to explain and cover up for Diana. Because, oh, that's not what she meant.
Mhm.
Like that
Well,
kind of thing.
the text, because Diana also sent in that text was, pencil out my name. But she also said, if something happens to my family, I'm coming after you. Well, you got all this money. Stop donating to Lion Air and hire extra bodyguard. You got all
Right.
this money. And don't be screaming on here, someone in my family got killed. That could be a lot of us. I'm just saying. But there's one more thing that I picked up on this. When they were talking about Diana donating to the fund, right?
Mhm.
And Andy asked Erica, how did you feel about that? Did you notice when Diana jumped in, Erica automatically shut down? That reminded me of how Tom used to talk to her. I wonder if
Yes.
she's like that with anybody who has money and in control over her.
I'm going to go with. I'm going to side with you on that one. Actually.
It was just real odd. And I probably wouldn't have picked up on it if they hadn't played that clip of Tom saying, Erica, I'm talking so much this season, and how she just shut down. She did the same thing with Diana.
Here's now as you say that, I wonder if Diana's loaned Erica some money because Tom held the purse strings, right? This is go with what we
Mm-hmm.
know. Tom had control
Mm-hmm.
of the purse string, so Erica was shut down because he was monetarily in control. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder had Diana helped out Erica for the way she shut down, just going along the same logic lines.
It opened up a whole bunch of questions to me. A whole bunch of questions, and all from just her behavior. Nothing
Right.
that she said, just her behavior. Um, that was the episode. Oh, and at the very end, when Garcelle, basically is no longer talking to Diana. Andy asked her, if she were here today, is there anything that you would say to her? And, you know, she says, stop obsessing over me. And Diana, with her snarky ass, is like, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. And she's like, I've had it. And basically, she says that up to sometimes 2 times a day, Diana is attacking her on social media. Just leave her the hell alone. And I was like, oh, she is? What?
They showed the examples too. I'm like, oof,
Uh-huh. I didn't know that because I don't follow Diana.
me
I
neither.
don't. And so I was kind of shocked. I'm like, why are these women going after each other? Like, I expected from Lisa. I expected
Right.
from Erica. But Diana, you brand new. What? And don't you understand? Like, you're going after the black person on the on the show. Oh, and then explaining away the attack on the black social media
Right.
creator,
Creator.
Philly Diva. And I was like, that's some bullshit if ever I heard it. But okay, girl.
Exactly. We see you. We saw you. We saw you right there.
Okay, girl. Like, you haven't been around in England, which has their issues with race. And then over here in America, which also has their issues with race, and you don't know what they was talking about. Fuck all the way off, Diana. Like, I was done with her. I was done with her. So if we have a few minutes, do you want to go through the comments? Did you see any comments that were of interest?
Let's see. No, pretty much what we were saying.
Mm.
Let's see.
Eh,
Erica says Jax was getting threatened to attack. Well, he's supposed to look out for Diana and make sure her name was removed. I'm so glad
mhm.
Garcelle put that exactly.
Mhm. That little
Vile
jump on the
knows
couch was everything.
Vile knows how to make everything about herself, but talking about Sutton. Exactly.
Mhm.
The alcohol brings the real Kyle.
She need to stop
Uh,
drinking.
let's see.
Mm-mm.
Yes, Crystal wasn't there, so Sutton shut it down. I agree with
Mhm.
Erica on this one. I'm so tired of addressing all these issues that happen off camera. We need more on camera. We do need more on camera action, like all the juicy stuff. Well, here's the thing:
Mhm.
it's on camera, but they're not bringing it to the show. That's the problem. They're leaving all the good stuff on the cutting room floor.
Ooh, true.
Uh, Lisa never expected that Kathy would apologize and needed to say that to be her storyline for the season. That's why she won't let
Mhm.
it go. Agreed. If she accepts the apology, her storyline is over 100%. 100%. And then Kyra wants to know if we have time for a call in real quick.
That's up to you, dear.
We got a couple minutes.
Okay, can you drop the link? Because I'm
Yeah.
sorting out something. Okay. Oops. Hello, how are
Thank you
you?
for thank you for accepting my request today because the the
Mhm.
timeline of Dirty Diana going crazy on Garcelle, it was all on Instagram. And what happened to Jax was very
Mhm.
suspect, and that's probably the reason why Garcelle also said she suspected it was Diana.
Mhm.
Because Dirty Diana, like she was doing it every week, but this week she had been doing it 2 days back to back. Like it was during
Mhm.
Aspen, and it was like remember when Garcelle was FaceTiming Cherie, and Garcelle says, "Oh, if I don't have, I have no water for her if she was on fire for Erica." And Cherie
Oh.
responded, "Oh, you have to spit on her at least." Literally, the things that she was doing, she literally made a video of that and made it all Garcelle's fault. Like Garcelle was saying, "Spit on her, Erica," and she was like, "Is this your fan fave?" She was sharing the text message of the miscarriage message she sent them. And in it even shows how she went back and texted the group the Garcelle thing. So the Garcelle like, I don't want her to think I'm rude and da da da. That was a whole separate text from her explaining her miscarriage, which is why everyone knew she was being petty. She screenshotted that, and then
Mhm.
The Instagram caption was, "You see how Sutton, your fan faves, all the time fan faves were making fun of my English because English is not my first language, and how they were making fun of my miscarriage." And Garcelle had to keep responding to her like, I was not making fun of your miscarriage. Like it had nothing to do with that. And this was all because Garcelle responded. It was the second episode of the Homeless Not Toothless, when Garcelle in the confessional says, "If you want to get to know me, Google me." And a fan on
Mhm.
Twitter had did like a cute little meme saying Diana Googling Garcelle and had Garcelle misspelled in the Google search.
Yes, I
So
saw all of those, but not
all
all at the
Garcelle
same
did,
time.
no,
Mhm.
all Garcelle did was laugh at it. So Dirty Diana went to Instagram saying she was making fun of her English and her miscarriage. Like she was going. So she had screenshotted that and screenshotted the text messages. And then afterwards, Garcelle just like, "You know what? I'm not making fun of your miscarriage." She even disclosed that she had miscarriages. I would never do that. And she just left it alone. And then I think a day or two later, the Jax happens.
Mm. Diana is just so sloppy. Oh my God. I really question how much money she got.
I I question how much of it at least is liquid.
Mm.
I think that is kind of like the main thing.
Well, if she gives all of this money away, okay, I know you get tax write-offs, but do you make as much of it back? Like, I don't
Well,
understand how
see,
she's still solvent.
and also I want to know also, are they going to share that other Instagram post that she had that was disgusting about Haiti?
Oh my God, yes, about how much money she gives to
Which is
Haiti.
why which is why I'm also siding Crystal because Crystal's standing up for her with the whole black content creator, but Dirty Diana followed up with the whole Haiti thing. And remember in the caption it says PS Crystal doesn't lie. And Crystal's in the comments saying, "Yeah, I don't." So Crystal saw that post and responded
Listen,
to her not being a liar.
Crystal is another one like Erica, always sniffing where the money at.
Oh,
Listen, I've said this to Jamal before. I said I feel like if you in a room of people with Crystal, Crystal will agree with the person with the biggest estimated bank account.
Right.
but that's the part that confuses it confuses me because I feel like she doesn't do it smart. Because Dirty Diana has the money, but because also I feel like people forget that Crystal also claims that she's really close with Diana. It's not just for them.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Right.
she explained Dirty Diana as being part of the glitterati. to me, that means a wealthy person who's usually has like new money and who's willing to spend it to be next to certain people, but doesn't necessarily have the power within themselves. So I think that's why she is also friends with Kathy. And then I also think that's why she was able to, you know, have this wonderful conversation with Sutton and become friends with Sutton. Because again, Sutton's American Ballet Association, friends with the Rothschilds, all kinds, Paris Couture Fashion Week, all kinds of people. And so
she wants to have her toe dipped into every single pond. New money, established money, like the movie business people. Like if you look at it, she really is. But honestly, I don't think she has any real friends. Those 14 people that she called friends, I don't think they were real friends. I don't think Crystal knows how to be a real friend, because she's so focused on image, and who you know is, I guess, who you are. She needs to grow up.
She's always giving me a weird tinkle. And I listened to my podcast, and someone was like, because apparently Crystal was reaching out to people for her ED, and she had reached out to his therapist, and the therapist had gone on to do a conversation about EDs in general, and she didn't disclose that actually Crystal had reached out to her to have a conversation, and she wanted to be able to share that on Beverly Hills, and it was supposed to be before Aspen, and they actually cut it out. But they were discussing how, like, you know, Chris, I think that we don't see all this Crystal, but like, I guess how fake is it? Because you know, she really is a socialite, and really before COVID, she really was having 2 or 3 events and hosting all this. But that could still be just a means to an end of people wanting to be around you because you're doing things for them, or like you're, you know, placing yourself as a socialite. But I don't really know like what the friendship is, because socialite and being a friend, it's 2 different things.
Crystal looked like one of them people who got a lot of money but just need to keep themselves occupied. She got that little coconut water company, and she got in with Costco, and she making some money off of that. She need to find some sort of gainful employment for her brother other than being her Manny. She is trying to create legacy for her children, and probably bracing herself for when her husband die. I don't know, but she needs to find something.
For her husband
No ill intent. I'm just saying.
Crystal's worth 30 mil on her own, so I don't know what her problem is.
Exactly. Right, but I find that she's bored and she's not satisfied. It's not just she's not satisfied with her body. She's not satisfied with anything else around her either.
It really is confusing, because, you know, I'd be bored at home. I was sick for a while, so I was just stuck at home. So I was like, let me investigate. You know, I look at my legal leads and everything like that. And like, her life literally looks like surrounded by a lot of thin white women, and then only traveling when it's with her husband doing his job.
Okay. Erica says, I heard that Teddy pitched Crystal to Bravo. Crystal ended up replacing Teddy, and that's why Kyle is going hard on Crystal. Is Teddy one of the
come out and said that though? Teddy was friends with Crystal, like they're all friends, but Teddy has spoken out and saying that that's not the reason why. Apparently, the reason is that a lot, because like Crystal really is in that group. I was like listening in, and it was like she's like friends with people who like are part of the conglomerate who owns like Ruth Chris and all kinds of stuff. And basically, a lot of them were like being picked, like they were being chosen to be on Beverly Hills, and Crystal apparently talked them out of it. Not like she was telling them, why would you go on that? That's so low brow. Oh my God, they're just terrible. Like, we're not about that life. And then all of a sudden, she pops on it. So that's the reason.
Right.
And so it was like, apparently the issue is like she was discouraging, like, and talking down on the women on the show, and talking her friends out of doing it. Which, I mean, like, if my friend, we're like this, if we think we're the it girls, and my other friends, like, you know, we're not about that life, and I don't really need it. I can see someone be like, okay, yeah, no. And then apparently she just pops up and was on the show.
But you notice that she real smart, because she ain't even showing her coconut water. She's showing the carton. She ain't showing the product itself. I think she showed a corner of Costco. Like, I'm in Costco every week, bitch. I know Costco blindfolded.
She's smart because she's
not giving them any of her money.
Right.
She promotes herself as like the Costco queen on the show, and then you just go to Costco and like you find this coconut water and like you buy it and maybe you find out she owns it. I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, I don't know. And it's just so strange because it's like she was on Instagram answering people's questions, and she's like the closest to Sutton. I'm like, how? Like, what, when, how, where?
They went to a baseball game, so I
Well,
guess she assumes that.
I can say no. She's saying she's closest to Sutton.
Wait,
Garcelle?
someone asked her who she is closest to on the show. It's not the same way that they phrased it when Garcelle thinks she's closest to Kathy between people. It was just asking, "Oh, Crystal, who are you closest to on the show?" So
I
it
can
was
see that.
independent from that.
I can see
I
that
can
though.
see that.
I can see
I can
that.
see it because the thing about it is, it's like, again, I feel like I get so invested, but also I hate when people say you're too invested. I sit down and give these people an hour of my time and then watch videos. Yes, I'm invested. But I think it's like how I always say that the Fox Sports whatever have to go because they suck up so much energy. Because I would love to see. I think I've been going up for some more and more research. Right? I would love to see her other friends. You know, she's like BFFs with the Tony woman from Basketball Wives. Like her and her daughter are like best friends and they travel together. Like Sun has a really interesting, diverse group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And had them for years, Jennifer Tilly, but Jennifer Tilly does not want to be on the show. She'll pop up here and there. But
I don't want Jennifer Tilly on the show. She's fucking annoying.
She is. But it's just in general, I'm just like, I wish we would see more of Garcelle's life and Garcelle's friends and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's because you have these people who like manufacture this drama and it becomes more. I get people like, oh, if Erica and Lisa weren't there, what would we talk about? If they weren't there, we don't know. That's the question. If they weren't there, I wonder what we would see. We spend up so much time doing this drama. I would want to see their lives, and then drama just happens. I thought that was supposed to be how Housewives was in the first place.
It would go back to the way it was before Lisa and Erica were there. Look, all Erica brought was the glam squad and the fucking feds. Let's just call a thing a thing. And what Lisa brought was a bunch of like really nasty false accusations. Like what really turned me against her was that Munchausen shit that she did with Yolanda. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Yolanda, but how are you going to go on this show and start spreading rumors about this woman having Munchausen's and not like that was shocking to me because she's not a doctor, but she was wrong and strong with that. And it was all because she was trying to get her kids into modeling.
Which backfired on her big.
I know.
And I guess even if they're still on the show, I want to see real life because I've seen some people, we're people of color. I've seen some people say Garcelle can't afford to be on the show. Lisa Rinna and Harry had allegedly a $4 million lien where there's no more equity in their home. But if they sold their home, they would not get any of the money. Dorit has been on this show for how many years and she's never owned the home she's been in. And people are renting fashion, tax liens, gambling debts, all kinds of things are happening. And we're being chased around a pool, demanding to be paid back. Camille was speaking her truth about Dorit. And to me, I'm like, okay, if people want them on the show so bad, then I want you to talk about the real.
Did PK ever pay that $1 million marker back?
Well, the timing was that after the robbery, all of a sudden the gambling debt got paid.
Oh.
Ooh. So I guess that could happen, but it doesn't help the speculation. Oof. It doesn't help the speculation. Like the text message during that, we already discussed. My mom, if she was sitting on that couch, the way in which she would have switched from patois and no one would understand what she was saying, the way she would be cursing Kyle out for trying to explain what Dirty Diana was asking for, when I'm pretty sure Garcelle's smart enough to know what that woman was asking for. The way, the way, as you said, that little pickup and turn around, and she told, hold on a minute, Dirty Diana. The fact that woman sent a text telling her, if anything happens to my children, I'm coming after you, and no Bravo contract would be able to stop me. And by the way, I guess making sure Lee take down my birthday post would solidify me being a racist and you and ruin my life. The way in which I would have decked her in the neck because she wants to quibble about what a threat is. Oh, in my country, I do not like that she acts like she's the only immigrant on this show and that English is her, and she's the only person where English is her second language.
I know.
Like, get real. You threaten this woman in the middle of her child being accosted on the internet, the first time ever bots have been sent to anyone, let alone a child, in Bravo Housewives history. And you are talking about I don't know how I would feel if someone would text me that in the middle of that. Mind you, also, her child was even with her, was with his father. So how scared do you feel? Someone's sending all that mess to you. Your child's not with you. Yes, he's still there with the parent, but like your child's not with you, and someone sends you that.
But Diana has no sense in that pea brain of hers, because she's talking about her family being threatened. Well, Jax was being threatened too. Are you losing sight of that?
Right.
What you think Anita the Neck is? Oh wait,
Well, it's
you don't
because
know what Black people are.
thank
Okay,
you.
never mind.
And the only way she knows about violence is from her home country, because violence has never happened anywhere else in the world.
And I'm sorry, but when she said, I've had someone murdered in my family, well, bitch, so have I. Bitch, so have I. Okay.
Your brother was a peace officer. Peace being the operative word, which means there wasn't peace. So things could have happened. Like we do not understand that was a threat about something that literally just happened a year or so ago, that had thrown the world, well, America and part of the world, into chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And that was being put upon a 14-year-old. And then it was like, specifically about race, because they pointed out how he's a Black biracial boy, but saying like the only saving grace is because he's not 100% Black, is because his father's white. Like the craziness.
Listen, let me tell you, Garcelle hit the nail on the head. Y'all couldn't get rid of me by attacking me, so you go after my kid. That's the best way to get rid of me. I feel she hit the nail on the head with Kyle when she said to Kyle during the season, your friends aren't being your friend. They're trying to get the talk off of Erica onto your sister, defend your sister. And I feel she hit the nail on the head with regards to the attack on her son. It was a means to get rid of her.
Yes.
Real quick, Erica says, Debbie and Jamal, do you think everyone will come back next year, or will anyone get the axe? I agree with Yanni. Rena, Erica, and Diana are gone.
I think Diana is gone, but I think Bravo wants to piss us all the way off by bringing back Lisa and Erica for no good fucking reason.
I think Diana is gone. Because the way in which that Garcelle says, I'm not talking to her anymore, and the way that Annie didn't didn't go with Dirty Diana saying, oh my God, you're gorgeous. The way he turned that very serious. Like, I don't think that's what she means. Which I don't go out for that man, but it made me see that and I also don't, he does not believe that she was sick either.
Sure, she was gone when Andy said, wow, you look amazing for being sick. You know, it's important to show up to in person to the reunion. She showed up on camera looking the best she has the whole season. And also,
there is a photo of her makeup artist putting makeup on her, and no one has a mask on. So how do you have active C and no one has a mask on in your home, but you couldn't come to the reunion? Yep. So that man doesn't believe that. I can see Erica, even though Erica bothers me, just because I feel like she uses this platform to help Tom and to also defame the victim. So I don't like that part, but I do like watching the downfall. And I like that, at least if there wasn't, people always say like, oh, Garcelle is using Erica for a storyline. If we didn't have Garcelle and Sutton, no one would be talking about Erica. Can we please stop that? They're the reasons why we're talking about Erica in the first place. I don't know about Rita though, because Andy is feeling the backlash, because remember, she had posted the Eminem, because people were making fun of her and the whole Kathy Hilton called her the biggest bully in Hollywood. She had made an Instagram post I'm the biggest bully in Hollywood, and Andy was in the comments clapping. He got so much backlash that he took the comment away.
Listen, and that's why I think she's coming back, because I saw that one. That one. So he's still hitting Rena. So, and he knows that she is a major pot stirrer. I think that what they'll do if they bring her back next year, there'll be more slips in editing, like how they did when they caught her saying, I rent my clothes.
Right.
So the editing will just turn against her.
What they'll do, they'll just edit her so bad that they'll run her off the show.
I don't know, because that's the thing. I don't know what money Harry Hamlin is bringing in, and that mortgage on that house is a mess. And apparently, because I was, again, me and my podcast, it's this like comedian actress. She's like played, she's well known. She's like had her own show, and she played. I don't know if the show's still on, like Don Cheadle, called Black Monday. She was saying how she was on what she's. I think her name is Casey. I can't remember. And they are like really close to the Andy. And she's saying because the clip of Kathy Cohen, the biggest bully in Hollywood. She's saying actually she is. Lucia has like frightened me before because after I watched What Happens Live appearance, she had went her DMs and sent her this paragraph long like threat, and we've heard her doing that. Yes, to a comedian, and apparently she's been doing it to a lot of comedians and a lot of people who go and watch What Happens Live. When they talk about her, she goes into their DMs, and we've heard the text messages she sent to Kim before and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to figure out if even if she stays on, if Kathy's still here, I think that the clock will be ticking on how long it will be before like Rinna and her whole family gets the axe from like the Beverly Hills Hollywood circle, because people are like talking a lot more now about how Rinna is in real life. Because I didn't know she was like sending threatening messages to like they were saying a lot of people who go on there, they talk about her, she will be in their DMs the next day. Remember, even Garcelle said when she talked about Denise coming out back on the show, and she said how like Rinna sent her this long like vitriolic message afterwards. She does that to people.
I feel like Lisa be at home alone too much. Like she
On that
needs a
phone.
CNA to come in there and like keep her company. Take away her phone, like give her her medicine and put her to bed.
So I don't know if anyone can really run her off unless they let her go, because I really think she came on before as like Lisa Rinna, like the diva star, and now it's become like Lisa Rinna the terror, and I don't really know if she has another identity outside of Housewives anymore. Garcelle did it opposite.
I think this has always been Lisa, but remember she came on with her best friend Eileen, and Eileen used to control her a lot and like really balance her out and keep her on an even keel and make her see reason. But the moment that Eileen left, she just was like a goat off of its rope. I mean, not calling her a goat, but it's an old saying.
Yes, I figure.
Yes, sorry. But she's just gone downhill. I feel this is the real Lisa. Sorry.
I feel like it's the real her, but I guess just like how far she's allowed it to swallow her up, where I don't really think she has any more opportunities if this was to go away tomorrow. Like there's no QVC, there's no HSN. I don't really know who's buying the lip kits. The wine looks like it might be white label and just something that we threw together for her to do an event this season. Like she was even Tamara. I listened to Two Teas in a Pot one day, and Tamara was talking about how she she did a photo on like her getting ready for her Watch What Happens Live appearance, and she was talking about how like Rinna had went on like her Rinna lips and acted like she was using Rinna lips when she wasn't.
Wow.
And so I think that woman is desperate, which is why all of a sudden all these businesses, Rinna lips and the wine are coming up all of a sudden.
Interesting.
Because I feel like she might think the end is near, so let me start all these businesses so that way my fans know where to go. And this is free promo before they let me go.
Oh my God. Well, Kira, we've got Sister Wives. We're switching it up today because we're not on tomorrow. So we're doing our two favorite shows today, Beverly Hills and Sister Wives at the top of the hour. So we're going to sip some tea in between, and we're going to see you back here, hopefully at the top of the hour for Sister Wives. But Kira, thanks for coming up. Always entertaining to hear your point of view. You really make me see things differently. So I really thank you for sharing today.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your time with me.
All right, lovey. Bye. Okay, so Jamal, go and charge your headset for like 3 minutes.
Right.
And we will see you guys hopefully back here in a couple minutes. Bring your notes for Sister Wives. Tomorrow we are not going to be doing any lives because we have a lot of conflicting appointments tomorrow. We just couldn't make it work. But we'll catch up next week for sure.
Oh, for sure.
All right, so Jamal, we didn't even go through any of these like scallywag looks, but whatever. They all look me. Who's your top look?
Oh, I will say that they look better. Like on
Sitting.
camera than in photo. I
Yeah.
will say that. All
And
of them.
Garcelle's dress is a sitting dress, not a standing dress.
For sure. No, it cannot
Mm.
stand on its own. I will have to say, honestly, Diana looked the best to me.
I disqualified her because she didn't show up. You gotta
Okay,
show up, and I gotta see
we
your
talking about
full dress.
in person.
Mm-hmm.
I think okay. I'm gonna put it this way. I think
Mm-hmm.
Sutton's dress is her,
Mm-hmm.
but I think her ponytail ruined it.
Yes.
So I have to disqualify her, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Rena looked like she just came out like 1970, so we got to disqualify her.
She looked like a Bratz doll.
Yeah, they were saying that on IG. Kyle, man, for me, I like the blue on Erica.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in this instance, my mind has changed. I'm going to say
Because you had said Crystal
overall,
before, right?
I said Crystal before, but she's kind of
Yeah.
playing for a reunion. That's
Uh-huh.
why I'm kind of taking her out of the running now.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked good. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to say Erica on this one.
Okay, so I was
Oh,
between Kyle and Erica. Erica gave the casino vibe, very Vegas, showgirl,
mm-hmm.
tits out, fully advertising.
Yes. Good job, Erica.
But
Product placement.
but for me, Kyle, and I think, well, I disqualified Erica because she has pending litigation. And Kyle, I loved the blonde. And the rose gold was so complimentary to her. It kind of softened, the sequence kind of softened her up with the lights hitting it. So you didn't see all those lines around her mouth. So I was like, winner, winner, chicken dinner, Kyle. That's about it. That's all we got. Guys, we'll be back here in 5 minutes. Join us then. This was The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 22, Reunion Part 1. Not bad. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, this was a solid start. I'll be honest, has been one of the better part ones in recent reunion history.
Yes, it has been. No disappointments here. It's starting off really well. So until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.